it's Becca and welcome back to my channel. Today's video was supposed to be a boyfriend tag, but you know, things change and things come up. I thought maybe we'd switch it and flip it around and do a how to get over a breakup video. Every YouTube will be doing, you know, a very coupley video today, so why not twist it up and help the people that are currently going through a breakup. Sometimes Valentine's Day can be like the best day of the year, happiest because you're in a couple, but then when you're single it's like, oh, this is like the shittest day ever. Just, why haven't I got a partner? And you know, some people are just recently going through a breakup, so you know, this video is to help the people that are going through a breakup now, who are just, you know, trying to figure out things and feeling lost and, you know, just need someone to like talk about some things so they can think, okay, right, well, that's what I need to do. Now, I think the first thing that's very important when someone breaks up with you or you break up with them is you need to go and distance yourself from that place and relationship, because, you know, some people, when they get broken up with, they don't even give themselves a chance to be able to just, you know, go home and try and get over it. You don't want to let yourself lose that person. But the first thing that you really do need to do when you break up is just go give yourself some space. Go chill out, go relax. When you break up, it's all like hot, high emotions and you don't really know what you're doing over the place, and you doubt yourself and you're just thinking about all these things and you're going back to all these memories in your relationship and you're hurting yourself emotionally. You're going through old photos. You're just not you're not helping yourself. Something that you definitely need to do is you need to just go give yourself some space. You need to separate yourself from the situation. You don't know what you're going to say next. You don't know how you're going to act. You don't know how you're going to be towards that person. So you kind of need to separate yourself from the situation and calm down and have a think about things, because if you can't do that, then it's just going to really implode back on you. Number two, one thing that I will give you guys advice on is definitely keep busy. Do not sit around in your house all day waiting for them to text, waiting for them to call you. Keep yourself busy, do you know what I mean? Like, go out, go meet some friends. Because of lockdown now, it's quite hard, but you know, even then, just like watch a film, turn your phone off, like ask maybe someone you live with to just take your phone for a bit, not give it back to you for a couple hours. Even if you ask, just try really hard to keep yourself busy and keep yourself away from contacting that person, even letting yourself, you know, feel down, and you don't want to sit there in your own slop, like, you know, because I feel like a lot of more time girls, when they leave relationships, they just want to sit at home in their pajamas. They don't want to just get dressed. They don't want to go and get in the shower. They just want to lay in bed. They don't want to eat. You know, they just want to sit there and cry, and that's not really what you should do. But you need to take care of yourself, and I've been in that position where I've not took care of myself. I've gone home, I've laid in bed for days, I've, you know, cried, I've been really upset, you know, gone through all of that, and it's not worth it, because I look back at it now and I just thought, why don't I just get myself busy? Like, why didn't I just start glowing? Like, because I feel like, what's the point sitting there feeling all down and sad? Because are they going to do the same? They're going to be laying in bed like all sad and down, and are they not going to be going out and meeting their friends, or are they not going to be going texting and doing this and doing that? Like, no, you need to keep yourself busy. You can't sit there in your pool of thoughts and just drain yourself and think, oh, like, why was I not good enough? Why was I not this? Why was I not that? Like, no, you need to just get out there. And like I said, it is really hard with lockdown. Maybe even go on a run, listen to music. I don't know, like if you're good at drawing, start drawing. Anything, makeup, keep doing your makeup, practice different eyeshadows, practice different looks. For example, I'm into YouTube, watch loads of YouTube videos, get ideas. You know, college, maybe see if you can do extra coursework. That any little thing just to keep you from, you know, sitting there in a slop. The three thing is, when you're in a relationship, you never make time for yourself. Well, you do, but you don't. So like, you don't really go ahead and do all the things you want to do, because you're kind of just in that little bubble. Like, you're not being completely like pushing yourself to do things, because you're just so comfortable and so relaxed. Like, you don't really mind about not doing these things. When you break up, try to do things you love. Like, you like going to parks, go to a park. You like going out days out to like museums and, you know, go out to London shopping. Anything that you enjoy doing that you didn't really, you know, think you had time for before. Going places with your friends, or maybe like if you're into music, going to a studio, trying that out. Like I said, anything that keeps you busy, anything that you want to do, something you want to try. Maybe like, you know, for some reason when I was in year 9, I started doing football. You know, that helped take my mind off a lot of things that were going on in my life anyway, not breakups, but just anything. So maybe little things like that. Going to places helping out, get a new job, meet some old friends again, go do some things with them that you used to do that you didn't do anymore once you started to get in a relationship. Just try rebuild yourself, get into all the things that you used to do, you know, because there's no point sitting around thinking, okay, well, if I just wait patiently and don't text them, they're going to come back. Because you know what? 50-50, you don't know if they're going to come back. And if they come back, do you really want to take them back just because, you know, they were okay with you sitting there for days upset, you know? And if it was your fault, then there's nothing I can really say about that. You know, do you really want to go back to someone? Did you feel so shit, made you feel so alone? To come back a couple weeks later after they're done doing what they're doing, like you don't need that. Thing as well that, you know, I kind of see sometimes on YouTube is that you see people on YouTube actually counsellors saying, oh, how to get your partner back, all this type of stuff. Do not watch them videos, because you can't change a person's mind, how they feel for you. Because if someone don't love you anymore, you know, it's horrible to say, but they don't love you anymore, and you can't sit there watching videos thinking like, this is how I'm gonna get them back, and then set your heart into thinking, right, I've got this is how I'm getting them back, and then they just don't come back, and then that can ruin you, you know. Instead of that time to spend healing, you've sat there trying to plot how you're gonna get your man back by doing things like sleeping with people, going on dates, like showing all this and that. Like, that's not a way to get someone back, and you shouldn't even be trying to get that person back. I feel like maybe if you were the one in the wrong and you're the one who caused the breakup, then obviously then that's why you're going to chase them back, and they've just broke up with you. And don't, like, one big mistake that I will always regret is just, you know, trying to beg for someone back when they were just doing the dirty and the wrong to me, and it wasn't right, and I shouldn't have done that. And I used to, you know, think, okay, well, if I just don't text him and I just don't do all this and I just don't do all that, then it'll be fine, it'll come back. But you shouldn't be like that. As soon as you break up, you should heal, go home, have a chat with your mum, have a cup of tea, watch a film with her, have a good cry, maybe get your friend to come over and stay the night, keep you company. You know, one of the worst feelings is when you get out of a breakup, when you've been sleeping in a bed next to someone every day for a certain amount of time, and then you sleep alone. That is one of the most horrible feelings ever. Just try to get that support around you. Another thing that I will say, if as well that these are like kind of like a toxic ex, I would get everyone that you associate with to remove them, or, you know, don't talk to them anymore, kind of like mute their messages. Because one thing that I will say is that they will try, and like if they're quite toxic and you kind of want to remove yourself from the situation, you know it's not good for you no more, you know they're mistreating you, they're not treating you right, they're cheating on you, they're making you feel like you're not worth it, like you need to get all of your friends to block them, remove them. That's what I did in my last relationship. Until I was over the person, I said, look, can you guys just remove this person off the social media? I don't want like nothing to do, because I knew that personally my ex would start contacting my friends to contact me, because that's going to set you back. You're going to bring yourself to a good place where you think, okay, I'm finally starting to heal, and then boom, your friends like, look, they're sending me paragraphs saying how much they love you and they want you back, and then your whole heart just sinks into your butt because you're thinking, oh my god, like, and you know, and then all them feelings resurface. That you just don't need that, you don't. So you need to get your friends to remove them off social media. If your best mate is like best friends with that person, sometimes it's a bit different there, but you can ask, look, like, don't ever post me if they can see it, or maybe, you know, just don't ever talk about me to them. Because if your friend is friends with that person but they're saying, look, I don't want to hear it, I'm not telling anything what you're saying to me to her, she wants to get over you, that's done, that's dead, then that's fine, you know. But if some friends are just like not removing your ex, even though they're not mates with your ex, and like, you know, not like just to be controlling because you think they'll talk, but like if they're trying to get through to you that way and your friend's still going like, well, I'm not removing him, like things like that, just don't be friends with them, because they really don't care about your feelings enough to just try to help you take that person out of your life. Another thing that I warn you girls about is a lot of girls, and I know I've said this myself, try avoid having a rebound. You think, oh, like, my ex is a twat, I'm just gonna go sleep with someone and then that will really get them, that will really teach them, that will make them feel this type of way. I know I've said it, the best way to get over someone is to get under someone. That is not true. Depending what type of person you are, it's not true. And you know, sometimes that's not the best idea. If you're choosing a rebound, what if you choose someone who actually likes you? You choose someone that's close to you, and then you mess up that whole relationship you have with that other person because you just wanted a rebound. You wanted to just piss off your ex. You wanted to see if this was a way to get over someone. My personal advice is, when I broke up with my ex, I didn't sleep with anyone, and the first person that I did was my boyfriend, who I'm with now. You don't need to sleep with someone to get over them. That is complete no. pull yourself together first. Make sure you're happy, make sure you're comfortable, you know, you love yourself again. The best decisions that I ever made was to wait. I got to learn to love myself again. I got to learn to think, oh my God, I'm so beautiful again, before I was able to give that away to someone else. I feel like if you go just sleep with someone after you've broken up with them, depending on how much you love them, that's not going to get you over them. In fact, it probably make you feel worse. When I was with one of my exes, not my previous ex, someone before that, I was very annoyed with like just anything that something that went on with our relationship. Took it upon me to kind of finish it, like, oh, I'm gonna go rebound, and I did, and I hurt someone's feelings so bad that I did that. I really did. I hurt someone's feelings. It really doesn't make you feel better. I think the person who, if they watch this, they will know who I'm talking about, and I just want to say that I am sorry, you know, because that when you go through a breakup, you feel all these types of different emotions, and you know, I'm telling you now, if you're a girl right now or a boy, you're going for a breakup, do not rebound it. Just wait a bit. Wait till you're a bit more happier. Wait till you've kind of accepted the fact that, you know, the relationship's over. Happy that, you know, you're moving on. Do you know what I mean? Because then you'll feel better about going to do your thing with someone else. Not all like down, depressed, thinking, oh, I've got to go sleep with someone. That's how I'll get over them, or that's how I'll get them back by having sex with someone. And it's really not. And once you actually get to that space where you're all like, oh, like, I'm bubbly, I'm happy, I want to go out there, I want to go out to a party, I want to go meet new people, I want to be friends. When you get that breakthrough, when you get that feeling where you're like, oh, actually, I don't even want to go back, like, I don't want that, I want to go move forward. And then when I wanted to go move forward, I found the perfect person for me, and now we have ended up being together, and we're very, very, very happy. Do you think that anyone out there who's going for a breakup, just wait until you're feeling that happiness? Definitely make sure you love yourself, and definitely make sure that this is the, like, if you're planning on sleeping with them for like a one-time thing, and you don't want no connection strings attached, you know, you finally feel better, but you think, oh, I want something but I don't want something, make sure you make it clear to that person that, look, I'm gonna sleep with you, but I don't want anything of it, and I'm gonna tell you now, like, it's just a one-time thing, because it's fine. It's human, it's normal, you know. Sometimes you just want that kind of thing, but you don't want a whole relationship to come out of it, and that's okay. So just be careful who you're doing it with, and make sure you tell them what you want, because so many problems stem from people who come out of relationships and then they sleep with someone, and then that person catches feelings, and then they disappear off the grid, and then that just causes problems in that person, and then the cycle goes on. Have an intention with someone you actually do kind of want to try it with, you know, and then just go for it, wing it, but don't get too involved in something. You know, you've just brought yourself out of something that, you know, it was very hard to overcome, and now you're in that place. Don't try, you know, don't fall down the wrong hole. When you get broken up with, right, and let's say that your boyfriend has just broke up with you, he, you know, sometimes cheats on you, sometimes makes you feel like shit, or maybe just doesn't make you feel whole as a person, like, you know, because I feel like when you're in a relationship, when you really love that person and they love you, it's like, I don't know, like, you don't feel like there's a hole in you, you just feel like happy, it's warm, do you know what I mean? Like, it's not sad, it's not upsetting, you know, you're happy to be around them, you're happy to be next to them. You wanted to stay with them because you loved them, but yet they weren't kind of like going up to your standards, like they weren't your, you know, what you expect from a relationship. When they break up with you, just sit down and think, like, am I even happy? Like, do they do the things I want them to do? Do they support me? Do they actually care about, like, what upsets me, what I talk about? Because, you know, if you're just sitting there and you feel like shit, like, they never give you the time of day to talk about you or focus on you, or maybe just listen to you, like, listen what you have to say. If you're 18 like I am, you've got your whole life ahead of you. You're quite upset, but you've got to sit there and think, like, I'm 18 or however years old, I've got my whole life ahead of me. You can still go to college and meet people, have fun, do things that you weren't able to do in a relationship, go university, meet tons of new people around the country, have fun. I just go back to someone who's not even living up to the standards that I want, not even giving me what I need spiritually. Because, you know, if you're sitting there, like for example, like, you're sitting there and you're like, I love my relationship, and, you know, I like everything's perfect, and you feel like you're being treated the best, then that's, you know, you don't have to worry about all the other stuff about going and meeting all these new people to potentially take control somewhere in your life person, so that's fine. But if you're actually sitting there in your relationship now, and you've got the whole roads ahead of you to choose whatever you want to do, you know, when they're not, like, they're not what you need. Okay, well, I can try to change them, change their ways for me, but you can feel it in your gut. You're like, oh, this ain't it. No one's gonna want me after that. And you know what I mean? You just have so many doubts, and that really causes a lot of problems. You're not happy and someone keeps breaking up with you over and over and over, because I've been through that, and you sit there and you're just constantly down, and you think low of yourself, and your just self-esteem goes right out the window. I just sit there actually and think, so young and you've got so much ahead of you and so many people to meet. Like, you might have 10 more heartbreaks before you meet the person you're going to marry. At 40 you might even have 100. It happens for a reason, and everyone comes into your life, and it doesn't mean they have to be there forever. It just, they're coming in to fill a certain point in your life because that's what you needed at the time. Going through the relationship and you're starting to change, or you just feel like okay, like I don't think they love me as much, or just you're just starting to have a lot of doubts, then you should really just think, okay, well, they've run their course in my life now, that's done, I need to move on, find myself. Because I don't think you find yourself this young. I mean, you say you know what you want to do and you know what your future is at this age, but you actually don't, because you don't know what type of person you'll be within the next few years. YouTube for now, I want to do all this and that, but I could change. Something that you could do, which actually does help, maybe get your notes out and list everything negative that they've said, done to you, made you feel. You think positive that they've made you feel. See which list goes longer, because if you can think of more bad than the good, then that definitely means that shouldn't be your relationship anymore. That means that you should know, like, right, this person clearly ain't the one for me, because he is literally got more cons than pros, so I might as well just cut him off. People will walk into your life. It's not like you're going to be single forever. I mean, you're this young, and if you have in your mind, oh, no one else will want me, or no one will love me, like, that's not true. Like, I used to think that as well. I used to sit there and think, oh my god, like, no one's actually going to want me after this. Like, especially because some exes put in your head that no one actually will love you and want you. You like drill it into your head, and because you love that person, you kind of think like, oh my god, is what they're saying true? Like, are they actually just being honest with me right now? Just remember, when someone breaks up with you, if they're toxic in any way, boy or girl, they're gonna try play games with you. Even if they don't want you, they like to play games with you, and a lot of people like to play games, but people are a bit weird like that. So they are gonna try and annoy you. Try to talk to your friends, try to sleep with your friends, get with people you hate. They want to know how much you still care and how much, possession they have over you. If your friends message them back, then don't ever speak to them again. If they're getting with people you hate, then why would you want to go back to someone who has no respect for you? Girl or boy that you hate and they hate you can sit there and be like, I got with their man, I got with his girl. A mistake that I made. I could go back now, I would literally slap myself in the face and I'd say, what are you doing? Like, why don't you want to be respected? They're just games that they'll play with you to hurt you, and if you want to go back to them, then that's completely up to you, but you're making the worst decision of your life. When you leave someone, like, to hurt them the most, going to someone they absolutely hate and doing the dirty with them, that is one betrayal that someone could give someone. So don't get back with someone that could want to do that to you. Imagine what else they could do to you further down the line in the relationship. I'm not saying like they will hurt you and stuff physically, I'm just saying like they could do anything, like cheating in any kind of way, like worse than that. They slept with people you hate, and then what if one day like they've done it again but then got them pregnant? Could you imagine that? The feeling, big reason why you should never put yourself through something like that, because I feel like you see a lot of situations online when them type of things happen and it doesn't end up well for anyone. You just need to make sure they're blocked on everything, even if you feel like, oh my god, like I want to see what they're doing, what they're up to, who they're talking to. Just don't put yourself through that. Text someone close to you, because my ex did this to me. I'd have my best friend text me like, oh, he's messaging me, he's trying it on with me, everything like that. When you're in a breakup, and you're trying to pull yourself out of it, trying not to go back, don't let them contact you or get through to you in any way, because if they can't contact you, they're going to start doing things like that. They're going to start messaging your friends, they're going to start making obvious ways for you to see, they're going to start like linking the person you hate, they're going to try any type of way. My ex messaged my cousin, she texted me and she said to me, look, like she sent me the messages, and that made me angry. That's how he wanted me to contact him. So they're going to try their hardest. If they can't get through to you because you've done the big thing, you've blocked them, you've got away, they're going to try in ways that are going to really hurt you. So you just got to stay strong, because that is the biggest disrespect you could ever get off someone, and that just gives you so much reason like fuck it, don't go back, because people are gonna know. Word will get round, people will find out what they're doing, and then when you go back, you're gonna look like a twat. That was my video today on how to get over a breakup. I hope this video really helped, and I know that it's hard. I know you sit there and you know you've lost a part of yourself, and you know life's so different without them, and I get it, I know it's so hard, but you know, don't feel down. Get back out there, have a glow up, start doing your makeup again, start going out, start meeting your friends, you know, and I know that we're in lockdown, but it will be over soon, you know. Just distract yourself, feel happy, because if you're gonna get back together, you're gonna get back together, okay? Like, you can't control how fate works. So what is the point sitting around sad about a situation you can't change? Be happy, enjoy yourself, have fun, and then if you two are supposed to get back together, you'll get back together. You actually have a future with them, it will play out. Can't force things. So just go home, relax, chill out, think I'm fine, I can do this, listen to some songs, have a cry. Do you know what I mean? Just be happy to play in the moment. And you know, if you don't get back together, that's not something to be sad over. If they were good to you, just be thankful that they were in your life. If you didn't work out with them, that means that the person you're supposed to be with and the person that you will be so in love with, and you'll want to have kids with them, and you know you'll want to marry them, they will come into your life at some point. You know, you're not destined to be alone forever. You will meet them. Even if you were to meet them at 70, which is highly unlikely, you're gonna meet them, and you're gonna realise, like, oh my god, like, this is why I went through that with them, because I wouldn't have changed into this person and then met this person, and now I'm so in love and they treat me so good and I'm so happy and we're going to be together forever. Like, you'll realise soon why this had to happen, and you'll think, I'm so glad it did. Like, when I was with my ex, like, I knew that, obviously I knew we weren't going to be together forever. As much as I hated what was going on, like, it was just like one of them things where you're trying to get out of something, but like, you don't know how to cope, like, alone, especially after how damaged you are. I used to think like, oh, I don't know how to do it, like, but one day I will. And then I left, I didn't know what to do with myself a bit. I was a bit like, you know, still broken in so many ways. And then, you know, I met my boyfriend, and you know, I don't know if we'll be together forever, but now, me being with him, I look back and I think this is why it all had to happen. I, you know, made some bad decisions when I was with my ex, which led me to have a bit of a crap time. I met my current boyfriend, so everything happens for a reason, so don't be sad about it, just try to be happy. Yeah, like I said, that's the end of my video. I've got more videos coming this week. Like I said, I'm staying consistent. I'm gonna really try hard to smash this. Want to get monetized by the end of the year. That is my goal. We'll see what's gonna happen, but thanks so much for tuning in. I've got more videos coming this week, so many plans and things that are in motion. I've got it all planned out in my head. 2021, hopefully corona doesn't ruin it all, hopefully it goes away soon. Going through a breakup right now and you feel like that video helped you, then I'm so glad. Still feel like you need to talk about things, don't be afraid to message me on my Instagram and my Snapchat link. It will be in the description at the start of this video. But yeah, bye.